Ever since Subnautica Below Zero was moved to Favreau, development has never progressed faster. We have even more gameplay to take a look at. We've got some information on the ice worm, how a finalized version of the ice worm may look, though it is conceptual in nature, and all around a ton of new things that may be coming to Subnautica Below Zero. So we have a lot to go through in this video. As always, leave a like if you do enjoy Subnautica Below Zero and you want me to keep you up to date on everything that's going on with the game. The first thing we're going to jump into is this clip of gameplay right here. This is just a development bug report, whatever you want to call it, about being able to clip through the rocks and get past some sections. There were some interesting points in this that I wanted to, show you guys, so let's just go through it. Obviously, you guys can see this is around the area. Actually, this is around the ending sequence of the avalanche. Spoilers, by the way. Whoops. But you can see they can jump up on the rocks here, and there's actually a way to bypass the entire scenario where you run down through that little crevice down. Where's my mouse? Where'd my mouse cursor go? There it is, right there. Right down there. You're able to run down through that, and there's a section where you jump on the ice and it shatters, and it doesn't allow you to get back to your main base because it is quote-unquote destroyed by an avalanche. Well, clearly in this bug, you're able to bypass that entirely, and you don't even have to worry about the avalanche. You don't have to worry about anything because actually I think the base is somewhere down in this direction. However, this person decided to move up through, and I think they're moving towards some precursor tech. See, that's the avalanche pile right there of all the rocks and nastiness. But they decided to go up the hill instead. And this is actually the top of Sanctuary. This is an area you're not supposed to be able to reach at all, to my understanding. And you can see clearly there's nothing around, so we're not supposed to be able to get up here. You see the top of the precursor structure as well, and some horribly textured stuff right here, which points towards, you shouldn't be here, and you can run through it as well. So, right there and then, there's a serious issue. They jump down there and they end up dying. So I'm sure that was cool and all, and it was pretty interesting to see one of the many bugs I'm sure they're experiencing in Subnautica Below Zero. However, another focus of this video would be on the ice worm. The ice worm itself is a creature shrouded in mystery. We really don't know how this thing will look in the final release of Subnautica Below Zero. So far, we've only seen these very rough, low-detail concept art sketches of the creature. Well, I accidentally stumbled across something. I came across this gem right here. This is supposedly one of the concept arts for the ice worm. Now, I don't know how accurate this will be at the end. I don't know. However, we can make a side-by-side comparison, and you can very easily see that this is canon with some of the concept artwork that we have seen so far. Whether or not this will be added to the page, I'm not entirely sure, and I'm always wary of fan art submissions as well, though this may be the highest quality look at the ice worm that we're currently going to be able to get in 3D glory, more or less too. And the correspondence here with the spike right here, the same color. The color scheme in this guy is a little bit different, though you can see the jagged edges right here as well. The mouth opens in a similar manner to this, to this concept right here. And you can see these armored plates are all through the sides, canon with every single design of the ice worm. Now, this is going to be a very large creature, and it's going to be a terrifying nightmare to deal with, and it may actually be part of a catastrophic disaster in Subnautica Below Zero. And, well, this is where I turn it over to you. What do you think about the ice worm and this concept we see right here, right now? And do you think there's going to be any more backing to the story? Do you think they're going to change how this thing looks? And, well, all in all, what do you think about the idea of a giant ice worm in your everyday gaming life? Interestingly enough, there is an item called the Thumper that will be deployed in the game, to my knowledge, unless they change things, but there should be an item called the Thumper. And the Thumper more or less just makes a lot of noise somewhere, and it will drag the attention of the ice worm elsewhere, so you can freely traverse in an ice worm-infested territory. It may also allow you to use your drill without the noise, attracting ice worms. This right here and then, it basically acts as a deflection device, so that leads me to believe there is no real way to combat an ice worm, or fight one, or even kill one. There is only the ability to, make this creature less aware of you being in the game world. which follows canon with Subnautica and their non-violent approach to video games and not wanting you shooting creatures and killing everything to get to the next part of the game. Something else you guys may not have seen is the 3D model work for Robin Goodall. I believe this is Robin Goodall, the main protagonist in Subnautica Below Zero. And this is the character model that Fox 3D Entertainment has created. Now, I know they're not really going to care what I have to say or anything, but I think Fox 3D has made some really, really, really high-quality stuff in the past, judging from their portfolio on Subnautica, and this is no exception. I think they did an incredible job modeling this character to the Subnautica theme and feel of the game, and all in all, I think it's going to suit really well, just like Riley Robinson, the old protagonist in the original Subnautica base game. I want to know what you guys think about this down below. Do you think she's fit to be a model or just to be in the video game? I'm sure there's going to be some fan fictions as well. Yeah. And this is the Snow Fox, to my understanding, the hover bike that we will be utilizing in Subnautica Below Zero. And we can actually see it mounted correctly on, I'm not even sure what we're going to call this thing yet, to be honest with you, in the game. It does look like a very sleek and well-designed thing as well. I like how they have this terminal here that you have to use. I assume there's going to be a controller right here that we'll use to modify this thing, and I'm not sure what this is. Maybe just a standing platform for you yourself. Also seems like there might be some energy cells or something used to power this, unless it's just electricity like Subnautica usually requires you to use. It looks really nice overall, though, I will say that. Some of the vehicles coming to this game now are super cool. Now, why am I on the alien penguin? Why on earth am I looking at this thing? Well, one, it's cutely adorable and terrifyingly sweet, but two, there's something else that you guys may not know about that I thought was kind of interesting. So, just to be clear with you, this may not make it into the game, or it might already be accessible in their version of Subnautica Below Zero. But to my understanding, this was a pitch for a spy penguin. Basically, you can see right here on a first glance, it looks like one of those alien penguins. However, once you actually pay attention, you see this is a mechanical robot, a spy robot, a spy penguin. Overall, I thought it was a really cool idea to bring this thing into the game, and that's why I'm showing you right now. And you can see right here, there's actual real-world implications and uses for quote-unquote spy penguins as well, which is kind of cool too. More or less, this thing will be a land-based camera drone that you can operate and use, much like the drone we currently have in Subnautica. There's one underwater actually you get with the it's the scanning room thing. Yeah, that. Basically, and I would imagine it would operate like that, except you would use this on land, seeing as there is significantly more land on Subnautica Below Zero. The features would be penguins are attracted to the spy penguin and will chirp at it. It resembles their young. Penguins will try to protect it from nearby predators, which is also really nice. Convincing enough predators will try to eat the spy penguin, so watch out for snowstalkers and pinacardies. Pressing a button will cause the spy penguin to play pre-recorded penguin juvenile sounds. This will attract penguins from distances. It will also attract ice worms if they are in the area, making the spy penguin a great one-time distraction. At least it's better than killing real penguin babies. Oh my god, that's the first time I've actually ever read that. Oh my god. Some more features that this thing would hold would be that even though it's just an adorable looking penguin on the outside, it has a great advantage because it's so small. You could use it to travel down through the holes that juvenile ice worms have burrowed, leading to potential raw material rich areas and other areas that may be inaccessible to players due to their size. Now, this I thought was actually a really cool example of the HUD, or how this thing would see the world more or less. And I thought it was kind of cool just for the simple fact you can see your power, how much health this thing has. I'm not sure what this is or this. I assume signal strength to some degree, and maybe something else like the sound or something too. Maybe, yeah, I'm not sure, but it is a cool idea that they showed that. And then there's an example PDA entry as well. At long last, after countless weeks of very productive, high-efficiency work, the spy penguin has been perfected to the Mark V integration. More or less, this paragraph just summarizes them trying to convince the Vesper crew to send down appropriate materials to create this thing, and the small failures that were accompanied by this thing and the ice melting, so on and so forth. There's bad stuff. Then it goes into the speaker that plays pre-recorded penguin calls, a high-powered headlight in place for lower eyes, a camera with a full 360-degree vision extended, which I assume is the camera that you can move out of its mouth right here, but it scares some of the penguins, unfortunately, and a single long arm for collecting samples that have been found in the small tunnels left by young ice worms. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we can increase the battery life of this either, because alien-based ion technology and batteries just make this thing combust by 70%. That's actually kind of scary. I think all in all, this would be an incredible thing to bring into Subnautica Below Zero. I would highly suggest this. Unfortunately, it is a cut candidate, and it may not make it into the game or even into development, unfortunately. It's a great idea, and I think the person behind this has a very open mind when it comes to the gameplay of Subnautica Below Zero and exploration. Exploration is something that is massive in every Subnautica game. Not knowing what's in the deepest, darkest reaches of the ocean or in a small, scary cave. Having this as an option to use rather than risking your own hide and even adapting to some degree to the environment, I think that's a really valuable trait. Surprisingly enough as well, there is a map apparently that was released about Subnautica Below Zero. Now, just to be clear with you guys, this may not be the final product of the map. We can see right here the base is right here and the frozen lake as well, and the general idea of where things will be. However, I think this is actually leading into Sanctuary, which now in this map it's showing a very deep Arctic biome for gating or something like that. High ice shelf, yada yada, so on and so forth. Now, there's going to be different levels to the map too, so maybe some of this is consistent with the game and how the environment will be in the end. However, keep in mind again, this was a very early iteration of the map, and it may not be canon with what we see in the future of Subnautica. And funny enough as well, the Sea Emperor Leviathan that we had seen in numerous different videos may actually have a place in the storyline of the game. You see, there are actual bug reports being made about the Sea Emperor in Subnautica Below Zero. If this creature was a placeholder, there would be no need to make bug reports. Surprisingly, there might actually be a reason for the Sea Emperor in Subnautica Below Zero. Actually, I might actually have something on that I forgot about. I actually thought this was something, and I've already shown you this in a previous video, so my bad. However, clearly, Sea Emperor Juvenile right there, and it is confirmed that Riley Robinson actually released these things into the wild not long before Subnautica Below Zero takes place. So this that we just saw back here may actually be one of the Sea Emperor juveniles that he released into the planet, and they are all over the planet as well, curing the Kara. I actually believe there is no Kara left because these Sea Emperor juveniles may have purified the planet. There is something listed as the hover lizard as well. I don't think there are any concepts currently released about it. However, it may be connected to the hoverfish, unless maybe it is just the hoverfish. Another thing that has been teased about Below Zero is the spike trap. Now, this was originally intended for the original version of Subnautica, though seems like they want to take this and bring it into Below Zero. You can actually see this is a very, very large creature trap as well. Whether or not it'll be friendly to the player, I honestly do not know. Maybe we can grow them at some point, and well, that'd be great. This is actually early development there too. This is the mouth close up, and actually I just found this video right here too, which I did not know was a thing. This is the animation for it eating the player. Oh wow, that's actually terrifying. You're like right in its mouth. That's actually kind of gross. Oh, I don't know how to feel about that. You can see its tentacles right there. That's pretty cool too. The spike trap consists of a huge cross-shaped base on the ground having a cross-shaped maw at its center. So on and so forth. You guys can read down through this if you would like to. Another creature coming to Subnautica Below Zero is the sea monkey. Now, I'm sure I mentioned this in a previous video. However, there is some video footage of the sea monkey. I don't believe I've shown you this either. However, I could be wrong. This, however, I think I actually got it wrong a while ago. There was a shelled crustacean-like fish that I can't remember the name of. And then there was this thing, and I think I called the shelled crustacean fish thingy, whatever, the sea monkey, when that's not the case. This guy is. So Just gonna make that a quick command right there, and this is the creature in the game world, which I'm kind of curious to know if this thing will be dangerous at all. I'm willing to bet, because there's such a running theme in Subnautica Below Zero about creatures that are deceptive and how they seem in the game world. You see this guy right here? He might open his mouth and Waldo might bop out. Like, you don't know. Something weird could happen with this guy, or he could just be a cute, adorable little guy. Anyways, here are the animations for the sea monkey. Nice OBS client, and how this thing will look, I guess, while it's moving around and all that fancy stuff. So, come on. You can make him do a thing, because we're getting bored. Okay, he swims like a mesmer almost. Its face also reminds me of a mesmer a little bit. Fast swim. Ooh, he's a speedy little lizard, isn't he? You got the idle swim, which is just not moving at all. Steel V1. What is this? Maybe he can steal items? That would make sense. I think I read something about it being able to steal stuff. That's cool. Look at those little suction cups on his fingers. The flinch animation, death. Oh, that's so sad. Swim pose, idle. All right, that's cool. And that's basically that. There are some miscellaneous screenshots I wanted to show you guys as well, such as this one right here, which I don't know what the hell this thing is supposed to be. And you see a brute shark down right here, which we will take a look at in just a moment. We got a little base location down here too, some strange structures and stuff I don't really recognize. And I think the twisty bridges are right here as well. So this may be in the twisty bridges. We also see one of the new items that we can see, which is the ribbon plant. And down right here, we can see some cured food as well. We have the drop pod right here, which cool and all, you know, yada yada. And then all of the confirmed, quote unquote confirmed, Leviathan class creatures. It also seems the bioscanner will be making an appearance in Subnautica Below Zero. For those of you who know this model, though, this is the transfuser model, which basically was used for genetic DNA alteration. However, it seems we may have to take a sample from a frozen Leviathan species for reasons yet unknown. I'm kind of curious to know what Leviathan we're going to be tackling down in the deep ocean. And here is the brute shark. Now, I don't think I've actually gotten the chance to show you this already. However, in 3D Glory, again, created by Fox 3D Entertainment, they really don't... Oh, man. They live to impress. I can tell you that much right now. This thing is absolutely beautiful. I love how the armored face looks and the teeth and just in general. Everything this thing stands for just screams Subnautica Below Zero. This would be the poster child, that or the ice worm. All around, an incredible looking creature. Granted, I'm sure the majority of you have already seen this, but, you know, I haven't seen it yet, so I get to geek out a little bit. You get the idea, though. It's super cool. However, unfortunately, looking down through the Trello and everything this thing has to offer, we may have hit the end of the video and everything quote-unquote new and interesting that may come to Subnautica. I have found that Subnautica Below Zero, this board right here, may be the best board to go to if you really want to get an idea of how the environments look and what things are really going to be happening in the game. You've also got the greatest chance here to find video footage in-game of Subnautica Below Zero that the devs are okay with you seeing, I guess, because this is a public board. Now, as you can see right here, the drop pod, which is something that I haven't seen in-game quite yet. And then we have some bugs, obviously, and some stuff that isn't working as intended. But you get the idea, right? Like, the stuff is still there. You can still see how things look in-game. And in general, I mean, it's a pretty cool experience and a chance to look at some of the new stuff they've been working on. Though ultimately, it doesn't seem like they really get you to see too much. And, well, there's a reason behind that. But guys, that is it for now on Subnautica Below Zero. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, well, leave a like on it. As always, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section too. Super interested to hear back from you guys about the ice worm and anything else that may have interested you in this video. All right, guys, that's it. I will see you in the next video.